Isn't the only military commitment America has abroad right now, or our largest. 14,000 troops remain in Afghanistan. There are reports the president is considering withdrawing some or all of them. Is that wise? What should our policy toward Afghanistan be? And how does it affect our contest with China, our biggest rival? Robert Kaplan has been more places than anyone I'm aware of. He's a senior fellow at the Center for the New American Security, and he joins us tonight. Mr. Kaplan, thank you very much for coming on.
It's my pleasure to be here.
So you've written about Afghanistan, thought about Afghanistan, know a lot about Afghanistan. In your judgment, what's the right course going forward in Afghanistan?
Well, first of all, let's lay out some facts. The United States has been in Afghanistan for 17 years. The troops being deployed there now were in diapers, literally, when we first went in October 2001. We have no chance to militarily defeat the Taliban, and we have little chance to leave behind either a self-sustaining democracy or even a self-sustaining, very well-functioning, enlightened dictatorship. All the trend lines are bad, it seems, unfortunately. And what we're sustaining at the moment is a moderate level of chaos, where warlords, ethnic groups compete with each other. And if we pulled out, unfortunately, there would be a much greater level of chaos. And in fact, the regime might actually collapse in the way that the Saigon regime collapsed in 1975. Therefore, either this president or the next president, whoever, is going to face the choice of how to pull out of Afghanistan, because the terrorist threat is still there. But the question becomes, is spending $45 billion a year there the right way to deal with international terrorism? Because the Iranians, the Indians, the Pakistanis, the Chinese all have strong strategic interests in Afghanistan. We do not. Our strategic interests there, and it's complicated to explain, we don't have time now, are much, much less. So we're going to have to pull out under this president or the next one.
So what you just said sounds right, and it sounds like it's probably a conclusion that's been clear for a while. What does it say about our policymakers here in Washington that nobody is, that I'm aware of, is debating this at a high level in public anyway, and that this has been allowed to persist in this kind of counterproductive limbo for so long?
Yes, this is a classic case of where many people in Washington, many thoughtful people, know what needs to be done, but nobody dares utter it. Remember, Afghanistan is not Syria. Syria, you don't have Gold Star families where we've had 2,300 soldiers killed, as we've had in Afghanistan. You don't have very esteemed generals' reputations built around Syria, whereas in Afghanistan we've had a number of very senior, esteemed, famous generals who've been commanders there. Pulling out of Afghanistan would be politically much more difficult, I believe, for this president or any president than pulling out of Syria. Pulling out of Syria domestically, politically, is a Washington debate, more or less. Pulling out of Afghanistan may become a national debate.
I think that's right. Mr. Kaplan, thank you very much for coming on tonight and explaining that. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Well, a prominent House Democrat, it's hard to believe this, but is accused